been kind of avoiding, honestly. Title kind of does something to me. But I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to video my reaction. But regardless of what I think about it, I was going to talk about cringe, you know, as it relates to Christian media. All right, let me get set up here. And let's get started.
Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction.
Okay.
And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again.
Let's face it, your God, your book, they're in the way. You feel that you're making a last-ditch stand for your faith, and you've chosen this as a hill that you're willing to die on.
Our whole faith started because one man chose a hill he was willing to die on.
I would like to call this hearing of the House Subcommittee to order.
Right now, there's an effort underway to mandate universal educational guidelines.
Once we decide what a child needs to know, it becomes imperative that every child know it.
Remember the visit we got from social services the other day?
I'm here to review your homeschooling environment.
Religion has been removed from our schools. They're teaching kids that they don't need God.
If your children do not show up at school a week from Monday, you will be charged with contempt of court, meaning you will be incarcerated.
Shannon said last night she doesn't want her parents going to jail.
This is bigger than just homeschooling. I think we should fight this. We need to.
Just want to make sure you understand what you're fighting here.
Our district teaches a revisionist version of history.
If God is for us, who can be against us?
Well, around here, just about everyone else.
The country is just now beginning to realize that unity means winning under our terms.
For 2,000 years, men have been trying to get rid of Christianity. What makes you think that you can accomplish what they couldn't?
They didn't have an 83% approval rating.
That's part of your plan, isn't it? Keep us all divided so we don't realize that you're really chipping away at our freedoms and liberties.
America is a country so blessed to whom much is given, much will be required.
You see those statues and those monuments out there? They say you work.
Wait a minute. Did he die? Oh, like, hold on.
For us.
Oh,
Just about everyone else.
The country is just now beginning to realize that unity means winning under our terms.
For 2,000 years, men have been trying to get rid of Christianity. What makes you think that you can accomplish what they couldn't?
They didn't have an 83% approval rating.
That's part of your plan, isn't it? Keep us all divided so we don't realize that you're really chipping away at our freedoms and liberties.
America is a country so blessed to whom much is given, much will be required.
You see those statues and those monuments out there? They say you work for us.
You are out of order, Mr. Hill.
A government of the people, by the people, for the people.
all right. Okay. So first impressions, honestly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I was editing the video and decided that I rambled on way too long. So I'm going to get through this fairly quick. My reaction is I believe the movie is going to do well for the market that it is suitable for. I don't think it's going to do, I don't think any of them has done as well as the first one, which I believe was the best one in my opinion. Will I see it? Probably. I saw the last three, and you know, I'm glutton and I just like seeing sequels and stuff. I rarely not see something. I might go to the movie theater to see it, and for the record, I am not calling that cringe. I don't believe that's cringe from what I've seen anyway. But I would like to kind of point this out. of, and I'm talking about within the community. Outside the community, I can understand why people don't like Christian music or Christian movies or like the art form. A lot of what we made, including that film, in my opinion, was made specifically for the church. It was made for the believers. But within the church, a lot of us don't like what Christians create. We don't like the art we create. We don't like the music we create. We don't like the movies that we create. A lot of stuff that we create, we don't like. Now, a good chunk of that is we don't like the quality that it is in. When you're comparing this, I don't want to get in trouble, but when you're comparing Bible Man to Batman, which one you want to see a movie about, frankly. But we are quick to call our own stuff bad and cringe. And I'm saying, if you take the quality out of the equation, if you make a better quality and you make it a good plot, a good storyline, which is probably, I'm not going to start stuff. That's not what this video. The video is not to bash our own movies and our content that we create, but it is a thought that I had about what if we're calling stuff cringe because trying to articulate our love for Jesus just does something to our flesh. It just comes off weird. Like if you ever try to explain your testimony about why you love Jesus, not just why you are a Christian, if you are a believer, not just why you are a Christian, because I believe there's good, solid apologetics for that, for your reason about following Jesus, for your reason believing that the Bible is true. But I'm saying the emotional aspect of your faith, if you were to explain that, would that not sound, at the very least, weird to somebody, the unbeliever? And it sounds weird. Like if you could be honest, if you were to take your experience about it or take out, the evidence, like it still kind of feels extraordinary, because it is. I'm not articulating this too well, but I'm saying there's an aspect of love that is kind of cheesy is a good word for it. Like cheesy, like think of like romantic films that you had to watch that you did not want to watch. They're still popular. They're not stopping at all. It's something about seeing something hyper love, just kind of like, I'm not the only way. They just gotta go, you gotta go like that, like, this is kind of bad, this is kind of bad. But I'll tell you this. I made this video like, what was it, like last year? Me and in my church, we do a Christmas play every year. And last year, we couldn't do a live play, so we filmed it, and we kind of made it into like a little movie. We showed up every week, we filmed it, and we basically put it online for everybody to see. Now, it got good reaction, but the people who liked it the most are the people who knew us. It's like going to see your little kids doing a school play. You're not expecting Oscar, and if they're singing, you're not expecting nobody to get a Grammy. It's gonna be bad, but you watch through it because it's cute. Seeing grown men and grown women do that, if you don't know them, will not be pleasant. And we gave it our best. We gave it our best. We spent long hours, days, weeks, making that film. But if you look at it, you will say, this is terrible. I mean, maybe not. I might be a little bit too hard on ourselves. Like, I helped wrote it and I acted in it. But I gave my best acting. I'm not waiting on Oscars. Oscars? Did I just say that? No. I'm not getting any more for that. And is it is part of the reason because anything to do with Jesus. Because, of course, in the storyline, I'm the main character. And I'm coming to know Jesus and I'm coming to love Jesus. And I'm curious that the world doesn't really want to love Jesus. Or, you know what? The world just doesn't know Jesus, because I'm convinced if you really knew him, that you would love him. And maybe that's just difficult to articulate in any piece of writing and script. Maybe that's hard to articulate in a song. Because, in my opinion, when people hear Jesus or know you're talking about Jesus, there's kind of a shutdown. Their guard is up. And part of that, I believe, is the church's fault, but that's a separate video altogether. But anything with, I believe, when you put Jesus into any art, in media, the stereotype that is going to be bad off the bat. And it becomes cringe because you're talking about Jesus and you're talking about, you talk about loving Jesus. And I'm concerned, or I'm just may point out that maybe that is the cringe that we don't like, because we know that what we're creating is going to be mocked and seen as cheesy. You ever watch something and you're seeing it not through your eyes, but how the world's going to see it? You know, like, you see, I'm trying to see, you watch something and you're more worried about how this is going to be react, because they're going to say, oh man, this is foolish. I'm rambling again. Okay, I'm stopping. If you get any kind of value from this video or just clarification, you know, just comment below. I have no clue what you're talking about. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Do what you want. Subscribe.
Is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green.